Hey guys, it's Renee. I am filming an update on my Project 10 pan. I think I'm sitting at about 2.5 weeks at the moment with my progress on these. So I picked 10 items basically to finish up by the end of 2014. So I'm hoping to try and finish up as many of these as I can. So here's just a quick update of where I'm up to. So the first item is my MAC Clear Brow Gel, and this thing will not finish. It just keeps going on and on forever. I have had this guy really long time, probably like 4 or 5 years, and a little goes a long way, but it is an amazing brow gel. I've just got it in my brows today. It does make them crunchy, but it will hold your brows the entire day and night. I ended up taking the stopper out of it just so I could get the brush in and basically go around the edges and get all the product. I still have a lot in here. It doesn't look like it, but because you only need a tiny little bit, I mean, this will probably still last me maybe another month or so. Yeah, I still have a little while to get through with that one. Next is by Rimmel. This is the Stay Matte Pressed Powder in Translucent, and I have made some progress. So this was in my previous project pan, and when I was using it, all the product ended up lining the outside of the pan, so I had a really thin layer of powder the entire way around. So I ended up crushing it and repressing it into the center so I could get a bit more product on my brush, which is an amazing thing. So if you are not sure how to do that, Pretty Pistol 86 here on YouTube, she has a video showing how you do it. Highly recommend doing that if you have products you're trying to get through. So, but since doing that, and since my last update of where I was up to on this guy, I've hit pan sort of in 3 different spots. So I think, yeah, I think this may last another week or so, and then it should be gone, which I'm excited about. Next, I've got the Benefit Porefessional. I wouldn't even say a love-hate relationship. I have like a hate relationship with this thing. This is another product. It does an amazing job at filling in your pores. I have to say that. I ended up buying my mum this because she has really enlarged pores, and she was amazed by it. Now, the problem I have with this, okay, well first, I really have made not really any progress. I have used it a few times. That's sort of where I'm up to. So this is all, I don't think that's air. Oh wait, no, some's air. I'll push all the air out so I can show you guys. That is with all the air pushed out of it. So you can still see I have quite a bit of product to get through. So the problem I have with this is I typically only really need this around my nose. That's where I sort of, I guess, want to try and fill in pores. But I've been trying to use this as like an all over the face primer. Now, I find when I have this sitting underneath my foundations don't like to stick to my skin. So I find that my foundations end up looking really patchy. They don't last very long. By the end of the day, a lot of it's worn off, especially around my nose and my chin. They're sort of like my oily areas, and they don't like I've tried so many different foundations over the top of this stuff that the only foundation that I tend to have less drama with is my MAC Studio Fix foundation. But I don't like wearing that on a work everyday basis because it is such like a thick full coverage foundation, and although I love it, it's expensive. I think it's like $50 or $60 here in Australia, so it's not really a foundation I want to be using every single day for work trying to finish this guy up. I do have some drugstore foundations like the Rimmel Lasting Finish. I really like using this one for work. This one doesn't go too bad over the top of it, but it will always end up patchy, like especially the tip of my nose, especially if you're blowing your nose and stuff. it's like the foundation wipes completely off. Like there is no staying power with this underneath. Yeah, I find it really frustrating to use, and some days when I don't want to deal with, you know, my foundation coming off, I just don't use this. So I haven't been using it every day. Yeah, I need to try. I don't even have it on today. So yeah, this is going to take a while to get through. Next, I have my MAC Painterly paint pot. This is another product I've had for such a long time. I've had this for so many years. I love this paint pot. I love the color, I love the texture, I love everything about it, and I would absolutely repurchase it. But because I have a few paint pots, I have a few color tattoos, I just want to try and get through it because it's old. But I would definitely pick this one up again. I really do love it. What I ended up doing, because it was dried out, and it, as you can see around the edges, when it sort of dries out, it pulls away from the glass. So I ended up sort of, I guess, pushing around the edges just to flatten it as much as I could, so that it had, I guess, an even, how do I say it, like an even level all the way around, just so I could see my progress a little bit better. So I have a nice dip going on in there. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it. And originally I was getting my brush and I was swirling it around, and I felt like I couldn't see any progress, like I couldn't see it going away. So what I ended up doing the last week is I've started on this side and I've just sort of dug into the side. So I think that's what I'm going to do, just so I can sort of show the progress, is basically work here and then work my way across, so that, you know, as I'm working on this side, I'll be able to hit the bottom of the glass and then gradually move across, which I have no idea how long it's going to take to get through this. It doesn't really look like there's a lot in there, but it's very deceiving. So, and I have to say, this is a product I always forget that I have prior to my project pan. I forgot that I had it, and I forgot I loved it. And as soon as I start using it again, I'm like, I fall in love. Like, I absolutely love this as an eyeshadow primer. Okay, next I have my MAC. Riri loves MAC eyeshadow quad in her Cocoa. Packaging is so beautiful. Question before I start: what do people do with the packaging once they've finished the eyeshadows? Like with packaging like this is so beautiful. I don't want to throw it out when the eyeshadows are finished. So can anyone tell me, like, can you reuse these? Or I'm wondering if you pull this, you know, like, what do you call that? Pull this frame out. Is this magnetic? Like, is this thing magnetic like a Z palette and you could use it? Yeah, just curious if anyone knows. So, I've been using these to create work looks. I chose a quad because I feel like I can get quite a few different looks with this. And, you know, some days I'll just put that over the whole lid and use, you know, like eyeliner or just mascara. Other times, like with this gold, I put that on the inner corners. I can put that all over the lid and then that on the inner corner as a pop of color. I've done all four, you know, sort of like a smoky look. I've also used this guy all over the lid. Yeah, there's so many different variations I can get with this, which I was quite surprised about because I didn't think it was as versatile, but they are really nice colors to wear for work, and they're really easy, you know, to get either quick looks or something a bit more dramatic or whatever. So it really doesn't look like I have any progress though. I have no idea how long it's going to take to get through these. And out of the four shadows, this one here is very chunky. It has like chunky glitter through it, which I'll swatch. It's a very hard texture. You know, the color payoff isn't amazing. And this one as well is also one that you really have to build up. Like they're really, like I've got to really get in there. I feel like I want to like scrape the surface off or something. It's like you really have to work for these lighter shades. So that's with me, you know, pushing in there like something shocking. I'll give you guys a quick swatch of all four though. So that's all four of the shades. It's a bit of a messy swatch. So this shade here, it's like a coppery bronze, is just so beautiful. I love that. I think that one is probably the nicest shadow out of all four, and the darker one has really great pigmentation too. That's where I'm up with my quad. I then have my black gel liner. This is from Napoleon. This is the China Doll eyeliner in Equinox, which is just a black. And I have actually been wearing like a winged liner or just liner all through the week with work, which I am shocking at. I am so bad at eyeliner, especially winged eyeliner. But I have to say, putting this in my project pan has been really good because it's been forcing me to practice in doing it, which I feel like is what you need to do with gel liner. Like, there's no easy way of doing it. So I've been experimenting with brushes and angles, and you know, I've definitely had some fail days where, you know, I've tried to do very natural and it's, you know, extremely thick and dramatic, and I've just had to just go with it. You know, a couple of times I've done a really great job and I'm like, far out, like that was good, but I've never been able to replicate it. So with this guy, this was really dried out. So what I ended up doing was I put a couple of eye drops in this, and I think I put in the microwave for about 10 or 15 seconds. It really softened it, and so I was able to get a Q-tip and just sort of push the product down and then flatten it out, because this was another one, it was built up all around the edges. So what I ended up doing it was pushing it down all around the edges and then flattening the whole lot, so it's sort of like an even surface. So you can see I have, you know, about halfway through. So slowly getting there with this guy. And the other eyeliner I have is a pencil liner. This is from Bourjois. This is the metallic eyeliner in 52 Brun Inoxydable. I've only really used this a couple times, so there really isn't any progress. I've only sharpened it once, so you know, I still have quite a bit left. So, you know, I'll put it sideways so you guys can see. So that's where I'm up to. Because I've been focusing on the black gel liner, I've only really used this on really quick, easy days. So I've only used this a couple of times, really. Okay, onto a lip product. I've got a Burts Bees lip balm. This is the lip shimmer in Watermelon. I've been using this heaps. I only have a tiny little bit left, tiny little baby bit left. I love this product. I have a backup of it, and I actually don't own backups of any of my makeup. So this is the only product I have a backup of, only because I was able to get a cheaper option in the US and have it shipped over. So I ended up buying an extra one because I love it so much. So I only have a tiny little bit left, and I'll be glad when it's gone, so I know I only have one of them. But I love these. They have like a really light minty flavor. They have that sort of cooling sensation on the lips, like sort of tingling. Just, it feels really nice, and we're coming up to summer soon, so I love wearing this color. I feel like it's really versatile. I'll give you guys a quick swatch. It's like it gives just enough color to just put a really pretty color on your lips. Very natural, and I feel like it stains as well. So the more that you keep reapplying it, it builds up a bit of color on your lips, so you can reapply it, and it sort of leaves a little bit of a stain, even though it's not, you know, like a lip tint or anything. Onto the last product is from NYX. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with this product. Yeah, love-hate, because there are some things that I really do like about it. So first things first is I used this at the start of my project pan, and then I lost it. I was thinking sort of earlier in the week that I need to start using this again, and I was looking everywhere for it, everywhere, and I could not find it. And I had gotten to a point where I'd sort of come to the acknowledgement that I was going to just never find this guy, and that was going to be it. And then I found it. So I haven't used very much of this. I still have, you know, I mean, this is basically still completely full. This is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Buenos Aires, and it's just like a peachy pink. So that's the applicator. Now when you apply it, it does come across quite orange on the lips. So it's not a very versatile look. Pretty Pistol 86 here on YouTube gave me the idea of putting this down first and then topping it with the Burts Bees. I was never able to do that because then I lost it and so I couldn't find it, but I think that's what I'm definitely going to do. So just to try and finish this guy up, and when I finish this one, I'll most likely try and put in like a lip gloss or something so that I can top this with a lip gloss. The reason being, when you wear this by itself, when you first apply it, it's so soft, like it smells really nice too. It smells like candy and cupcakes, like vanilla cupcake or something. So when you first apply it, it is like velvet soft. It's really creamy. It's just very smooth. It's beautiful. The problem I find with my lips anyway is that when I reapply it one more time, two more times or more, it ends up like the color that's left over ends up sinking into all the lines on my lips. So it accentuates all the lines on your lips. And I mean, I don't really have cracked lips, but I mean, if you did, this would be an absolute nightmare. I don't know if they're all like that, or maybe my formula's gone a bit funny because I've had it for a while. Yeah, it really stands out, and it is so annoying and frustrating, especially when you're at work. Yeah, I don't like that at all. So I'll have to use like a topper in order to get through this, because wearing this by itself was just driving me absolutely insane. So yeah, so when I do finish the little Burt's Bees one, I'll look at getting another lip gloss or something that I can top over the top of it, just so I can you know, get through my project pan decently. My Nars bronzing powder in Laguna, I have made some pretty great progress on this. It doesn't really look it, but I really have. I've actually started to hit little pans throughout the middle there. So this is another one that I had to repress in the center. This was quite a thick consistency, so it's taken me a while to get to this point, but I've been using it every single day to try and wear this guy down, and I can start to see that I have fallen in love with this bronzer again. Every time I use it, it's like I ask myself why I have any other bronzer, because this is just so perfect. I've got it all over my face today, so I use it as a contour, and then, you know, all around my temple and my forehead and everything. I love it. But yeah, I'm so excited that I'm starting to get some progress on it. And the reason that I decided to film this progress video is because I hit pan on this guy. So I originally hit pan, I think, on the translucent powder, and I thought to myself, I'm going to stop using that until I do a progress, because I don't want to like do a progress video and be like, oh, it's gone, you know. But then when I hit pan on this one too, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to do a video ASAP. Slowly getting there. So excited. And I did say to myself I wouldn't repurchase another Laguna bronzer until this guy was finished up. So perfect reason to try and get through this one. So that is my progress update on my Project 10 pan. There are quite a few girls here on YouTube in the Project Pan community that are doing this tag, so I'll try and make sure to link their videos down below, so if you're wanting to check a few other videos out. And if you're doing a Project Pan, please let me know so I can check out your video. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.